Hi, and welcome to the Real United States video blog. We've been asked by one of our viewers to do a little more drive time viewing. So we're going to head out today from where we live in Titusville, Florida. And we're going to head up to Daytona Beach, which is about an hour's drive north of us. We're going to take the expressway. It probably wouldn't be real interesting to film the whole thing, but we're going to get out and about and try to show you a little more of the area and some of the things you may have heard about or seen on the internet or on television, and give you a first-hand view of them. So sit back and enjoy the ride, and we'll be back with you. All right, here we're getting turned around so we can head back into town. Streets are really laid out wacky at Daytona. A lot of times you can only go one way and you have to drive like for a mile or so before you can actually get turned around and headed in the direction you actually want to get. They got one-way streets, and it's screwy. It's a crazy country. And it's different in every town. What you have to appreciate is that today is actually November 2nd, and it's 82 degrees here. So that gives you some idea about what it's like to live at such a southern latitude. And we're almost to the Speedway, which it appears they're actually having an event at today. Alright, you want to turn around there. And here we are coming up to the Daytona International Speedway, where some of the big famous races like the Daytona 500 and many other famous races are held. It actually appears that quite a few people are here with campers. There may be some sort of big RV, recreational vehicle and camper show. And here's the sign for the entrance to the Speedway right here. And you notice the gates are closed off right there. It seems like they want to let us in. But there is where the Daytona 500, that if you're a NASCAR fan, and I'm not, but a lot of people around the world are, this was built in 1959 by the founder of NASCAR. Hey Bev, you want to swing around and get the copy of this? So welcome to Daytona Beach. This is a walkway that's overhead. Sergey had done a piece a while ago on an underpass, and we have overpasses usually. We don't build tunnels usually. We build overpasses. And I'm not going to try and drive back in there with an event going on because, well, they will charge me for it, and I don't really have anything in there I want to see. But this, they even have their own attraction, their own like mini theme park here with tours and simulators and all kinds of stuff. You can see the outside. This is the far eastern edge of the embankment of the racetrack where the races are held. Okay, this should be the entrance. I've never actually driven on the beach, so this should be the entrance that allows us to go straight down and drive onto the beach at Daytona Beach. Although I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Yep, looks like it. But I don't see anybody here to actually pay. So what I'm either doing is, okay, free beach traffic that way. This says traffic lane. I want to tell you, this is really weird. It's a lot different from a few days ago when we were shooting the storm during Hurricane Sandy. See everybody out enjoying the sun, and I've opened the window so hopefully we're not getting too much noise. See, there's vendors down here selling all kinds of things, t-shirts and renting chairs and selling food. But this is actually our very first time.
I got 0 minutes. It's flashing and says 0 minutes.
Sorry, we had a little technical glitch. And you see the sea is nice and calm today, nice and flat. Family's out walking around looking for shells and... But like I said, this is one of the few places in the United States, the only one that I'm aware of actually, where you can actually drive on the beach. And why there was nobody in the toll booth to charge me my $3, I have no idea, but I'm glad they didn't, because I'd rather have the $3 than give it to them. So, there's a speed limit through here is 10 miles an hour, which would be, I think, 16 kilometers per hour. Some of these girls are a little bit big to be wearing those bikinis. So I don't know if you can see that the sand in front of the truck has been just packed solid, just like asphalt. And the people driving on it. And this is only less than a week after the tropical storm hurricane came through here. Here's some hot chicks off to the right. Sunbathing in November. It's a lot easier for you, Sergey, because your Sergey probably doesn't mind filming the hot chicks quite so much as my camera person, but she's pretty good about it. She gets to film all the handsome men too, so.
Yeah, it works both ways. We learned that early on.
You can see the big hotels here that are right. Kind of hard to shoot into the sun, but it's these big hotels, and well, most of them are hotels. Some of them are actually apartment complexes, or what we call condominiums. You can actually purchase. But most of this is our large hotels, because people come from all over the world. This is where college kids in America come during what's called spring break. They get a week off in the middle of the winter semester, and everybody from the north, well, some of them go to Mexico, but oh man, a lot of them come down here. Sorry, momentarily distracted there. Oh Lord, seagulls everywhere. If we were to come back here in about March or April, this entire beach would be full of drunken young college people. Because our local beach patrol picking up trash and keeping the place neat. This is the perfect way for a fat bastard like me to show you this, because that way I don't have to walk and walk and walk. So whoever it was that suggested I do more drive time, I like that idea. It's a lot more fun to drive than it is to walk. Now the interesting thing is I've never driven on this beach before, so I don't know how far you can drive down this beach. So, you know, for all I know, I'll end up in Jamaica. I really don't know. Fortunately, they speak English in Jamaica. So, no, I'm kidding, of course, because Jamaica is an island on the about 750 miles south here, about 1,200 kilometers, and it's on the south side of Cuba, so it's a long way from us. Now here, you see, getting some rollers coming in. Yeah, so these guys are actually surf fishing. This fella right here is actually fishing right from shore. And the fishing here really isn't too bad. You gotta go a little way south. My bad. Somebody behind me, sorry. You gotta go a little way south of here to actually do any decent shark fishing, but interesting thing is, in the state of Florida, to fish in the ocean, you do not need a fishing license. I don't know if that's true in other states that border the ocean, but I do know that in the state of Florida, if you are on the beach or on a pier or something like that, that it does not require a fishing license. So speaking of the pier, we're going to cut off now and we're going to see if we could find the pier, and hopefully we'll have enough memory left in the camera and we can shoot some of that for you. Here, we're going to shoot one more shot here for you. We've got a lifeguard that's actually running a red warning flag for surfers, and that means that there's a severe rip current or rip tide, and it's not really safe for swimming or surfing. They run these flags when there's those particular kind of currents running. We had to make an unscheduled stop because Beverly thought she saw some large seashells, and she's a bit of a fanatic about seashells. So I hope we're not getting any wind noise. I just realized my external mic wasn't turned on. Oh, she'll pick up shells until she can't carry anymore. She's just insane about it. She had like a 5-gallon bucket of them at home, and the handle broke and almost fell and almost busted my foot. So here she comes. Boy, is she gonna be pissed when she finds out about the microphone. Here we have the actual main station on Daytona Beach for the beach patrol. It's lifeguard and law enforcement both. You see they have a large tower up here so they can look over long distances of the beach, and the vehicles, of course, are trucks, which you'll notice say not only beach patrol, but law enforcement on them. So it's a combination of both. Lifeguards, you know, search and rescue kind of thing, and also law enforcement. Because you're not allowed to have certain things down here. There's no open fires. You can't have glass containers. I'm not sure if you're allowed to even have alcohol down here. So they do have their own law enforcement just for the beach. Here we have one of the piers stretching out into the ocean, and like a lot of the piers here, you'll see there's a restaurant and lounge, the bar and whatnot sitting out on the pier. But you can see this is very much like the Cocoa Beach pier that we were at during Storm Sandy, only a lot of it's structured a little bit differently. And here we're going to actually get to drive, right now, drive under the pier. Which is kind of cool. I don't know if I've ever driven under a pier before. Here we've come to the end of the area of the beach that you can drive on, which is probably about 5 miles, I guess we've driven. And south of here now is a conservation area, which is no traffic, no motorized traffic. Of course, there's also no lifeguards down there. The sea turtles come in here in the spring and lay their eggs, and the whole area gets cordoned off, restricted, so that the turtles are allowed to lay their eggs and make their nests at peace until, and it's cordoned off until the eggs hatch and the baby turtles return to the sea. So this brings us to the end of the stretch of Cocoa Beach where you're actually allowed to drive on it, and I believe we get to turn out and head back towards the road right here. So looking straight into the bloody sun. Well, thanks for joining us on our first of what I think may be several trips to Daytona Beach. I hope you enjoyed our little drive down the beach, and I hope you'll take some time and pick subscribe above and join us for future episodes. You can find us on Facebook. You can also get mobile updates to your cellular phone on MoTube. And if you have questions or comments, please leave them below. We'll get back to you just as soon as we can. If you want to leave a video response, we'd be glad to hear from you. And as always, thank you for watching.